Hello Tarnished. In this video, I want to talk about some useful knowledge I found about sneaking around in Elden Ring. I'm a huge fan of rogues, assassins, thieves, bandits, and wanderers in fiction, be that in video games, movies, anime, books, even music. Just look at my channel name. Rogues are inexorably linked to stealth, and trickery is a concept, everyone knows that, and so many of the games I play at least feature stealth or agility in some way. Elden Ring is no different, but I would caution you against thinking you can sneak through absolutely every situation in this game. The way I like to describe it is that stealth is a tool, like anything else in this game, but if you use it well, it is a truly powerful one. If you understand it, sneaking can completely invalidate certain challenges in the world of the Lands Between, but by the same measure, if you rely on it over much, you will also be faced with situations in which it does nothing for you. As such, my advice is to use stealth whenever possible, and from those situations, acquire the tools and knowledge you need to make the moments you can't sneak in easier. That, I believe, is the essence of Bandit, the origin that I started with, and one who fights dirty using every advantage. With all this said, I want to talk about some basic stealth mechanics everybody should know about in order to feel more comfortable. You can crouch in Elden Ring, and it reduces the range at which enemies will notice you, so you should obviously do that. The tutorial teaches you this. What you might not realize at first is that you can also crouch run, boosting your movement speed while sneaking. As far as I know, this doesn't make any extra noise, so it's helpful for scurrying past enemy patrols in certain areas. You can also crouch dodge, because if you're crouched and then roll, you'll finish the roll still crouching. When resting at any side of Lost Grace, you can pass time until nightfall. This makes enemy vision range much smaller, though certain enemies like bats will come out at night and be in more areas. Bat swarms like to patrol around in a predictable pattern. Basically, resting until nighttime makes your stealth stronger against the existing guards in a space, but it may also add new enemies to avoid. Try it out and see what happens. It also makes the game so very pretty. To make sure you don't miss your backstab and just do a normal attack by accident, when you sneak up behind an enemy, lock onto them and try to face their back straight on. You also have to get closer to them than you might realize. In fact, sometimes what I'll do is mash my face right into their back, touching them, and then immediately press light attack for the assassinate. Most normal enemies will die in one backstab. Some won't. If they don't, you can't attack them until they get up. This is why it's good to have some kind of wide-reaching attack with a lot of active frames that they can stand up into and get hit as they're getting off the ground. If you're a fighting game fan, you know that we call this kind of attack a meaty attack. I found an Ash of War called Bloody Slash in a fort in Southeast Limgrave, and I use that as my follow-up on backstabbed enemies that don't stay down. Delay it for a moment, wait until most of their stand-up animation looks finished, and then rip your meaty right into them so they have to stand up inside the hitbox. If you don't have something like this, you can also take some distance and hit them with ranged ammo, like fire pots, knives, darts, or arrows. Human-scale enemies aren't the only foes in this world. Because backstab sometimes won't confirm a kill, and neither will your follow-up if the enemy just has too much health, it's best to just walk past them sometimes. You don't have to kill everything in this game, especially since it'll all just respawn the next time you rest anyway. Pick your targets carefully and watch their patterns. If you really mess up, rest at the site of Lost Grace again, and everything will have reset, so you can practice memorizing their patrols until you remember it perfectly. If you're finding getting past an enemy hard, you can actually shoot an arrow at a wall nearby by aiming manually, and many of them will turn to investigate it. It works with throwing knives and darts too, I think, but they're harder to be precise with because they have no aiming mode. And make sure you don't lock on so you don't hit the enemy. The AI in From Software games is often not grouped or linked in the same way that you'll see in other games, so if you need to take out a specific threat, shoot only them, and wait for them to come to you as you back up and chip them down methodically. Their friends usually won't come with them, so luring enemies one by one like this is a core tactic that you can use in all of these games, and Elden Ring's vast scale gives you more opportunities to do it than before. However, pay attention to exactly who you're shooting. This alarm guy, for example, you might want to just delete with your knife instead. If you're wondering which character origins you should start with if you want a sneakier Elden Ring experience, I would recommend Confessor and Bandit. The Bandit starts with a bow, but you can also buy one from this shop here. Bloody Slash can be found in Fort Height. The crafting kit can be gotten from Kale at the Church of Elle, and various crafting recipe books are found at other merchants and around the world, so explore locations thoroughly. If you're going to be crafting a lot, then I do recommend getting the Glintstone Pebble sorcery at some point, as well as just any random weak staff to cast it with, so you can hunt animals more easily and efficiently. That's it for now, thank you for watching, hope you found this helpful, and may the night keep you safe.